Greetings to all my social media family and folks and Facebook friends and IG peoples. I'm just sharing a video because I'm in a season where it has really been impressed on me that we are not meant to be the best kept secret. I know there's many of us who have businesses, practices, mentoring sessions, sister circles, and it's just time to get the word out. So when you guys see these words, it's time. These are words that have blessed me and haunted me all at the same time. So I just wanted to give you guys a little heads up of just how I'm going to be posting, when I'm going to be posting, for those who are like, where did this flurry come from? Again, I just feel like in this season, we are not called to be the best kept secret. There's things that we have that others are meant to benefit from, to be served by. And if we don't show up, they're not going to experience that. So when you guys see me put on the It's Time uniform, like I said, that's usually a sign to me, just like superheroes go and kind of put on their capes, you know it's time to go to work. When I put on the It's Time uniform, I know it's time for me to live into what God has called me to live into. So It's Time is always going to be about discovering who you are, what your purpose is, and serving those that you're called to reach. I'm not shifting from that at all. So when I shared recently the It's Time Hub page, I realized it's important to have categories and spaces where you talk about things. So for example, if you're on a college campus and you're signing up for a psychology class, you don't need to hear English information in that class unless it's relevant. And so it's almost like with the Clear School, God is allowing me to create these departments, so to speak, so that we understand, oh, when I go here, this is what we're talking about. When I go here, this is going to be the focus. And so where It's Time's hub came from is I recognize that just like me, there's a lot of us who have been doing the work. There's things that we have created. We have podcasts, we have YouTube, we have links, we may have merch and all of that. But it's like, where can people go to understand the pathway? Like if I click on all the links, how do I piece that together? Do you want me to watch the podcast? After I watch the podcast, like how do I connect with you? If it's reading the book, is there a book club? And so I just believe that clarity is kindness. And so when we create a place for folks to really begin to understand, you know, who you are and just what the pathways are and how to engage with you, then they're going to get the benefit of all of the goodness that you have to offer. And so I am going to be posting just on my personal pages a little bit until I know the algorithm has to catch up to just allow people to become aware of some of these other places and spaces. So the Clear School is still there for those who are trying to get clear about who they are and the I am work and the messenger and who your tribe is. If you're still getting clear around that, then yes, the Clear School is designed for that. But for those of you who are already in the thick of building something and you have links and you have pages and you have a website, I'm just saying, let's explore how people are navigating that work. And is it clear, again, what is the one next step? So if you have a website and it's working for you, by all means, let that do what it does. But sometimes websites can be like large brochures or billboards where it's like people will come and find out and be like, man, this is nice. This is great. But websites are not always places that people return to, you know, and if that's not what's needed, then again, this is not about creating another thing. We don't want that to be the case. But I am a proponent. If you have resources and libraries and podcasts and YouTubes and packages and offers, like if there's multiple things that you are offering, it might be worth exploring just having a central hub or a service hub where people can come and find all the things that are pertaining to you. And that doesn't mean that everything else goes away. Those YouTube links stay, the podcast links stay. But when someone is thinking like, oh, how do I connect with this person? Oh, there's a central place that I can go. And then I can be directed to all the other places depending on what it is I need in that season. So that is what the context is of me just sharing a little bit more about It's Time Hub, because again, I know that many of us are building in this season and we're not designed to be a best kept secret. But once we decided that we are going to show up on our social media platforms, we're going to show up in these other spaces and places. Now that people are seeing us because we've taken the responsibility for visibility serious, where can they now really tap in and find out what is step one? What is step two? What is the next thing that I do? And they can stay in touch with you around that. So that is where I am coming in now and helping messengers, business leaders, ministry leaders, community builders to say, if you need a hub, and by that for me, that is a progressive web app, or if you need a deeper community experience, there is a resource that I recommend, because it's just time for us to build and build in such a way that we can be hospitable to those who are coming in to experience our offers and services and community spaces. So if you see me posting a little bit more, that's what that's about in this season. And so again, if you are desiring to get clear, That's still going to be the Clear School. And I have that posted somewhere on these pages. But for those of you who are building and need a digital home base, that's what I call it, a digital home base. So you're not digitally fragmented and you're not just homeless out here in these streets. Folks can find you and they know where to come and knock on your door and find out what's the next step to engage with you. All right. So as you guys begin to see just a flurry of posts and things begin to pop up, that's where it's coming from. It's time.